Hey, it's Dave O'Connor, keynote speaker and creator of the Ultimate Mindset Mastery events, both live and online. I'm here in Los Angeles at the moment, one of my absolute favorite places on the planet to visit. I'm staying right here in the Hollywood Hills. Incredibly beautiful. As you can see, the iconic Hollywood sign is right in my backyard, literally. Now, as many of you watching this know, I've been training network marketers, entrepreneurs, coaches and business owners for over 10 years now. So in this video, I'm going to reveal the 7 top mistakes that I personally find many network marketers making in the industry. So I want to give you some tips and tactics and actionable ideas that will hopefully help you to avoid making these same mistakes. I also want to give you some game-changing insights into how to build a successful network marketing business, especially in these volatile and turbulent times. So I'm here for my morning workout. I'm just doing a light warm-up before I'm probably going to hit the weights back there. And I wanted to share with you the first few mistakes that I personally see many network marketers making. And the first mistake is not having a clear vision. I know it seems obvious, and yet so many entrepreneurs just don't take the time to create a crystal clear vision for what they want their business to look like. For example, at my one-day Mind Mastery events, I get people to write out this now in intimate detail, what they want their business to look like, how much money is going to be in their bank account in 12 months, 24 months, 36 months, 5 years, beyond that again. I mean, what will people say about your business? What does your team look like? What does your office look like? What is your lifestyle result? What's the level of contribution that you're making? All these things are so important. And then how are you going to feel? Can you actually feel now as if it's already a done deal? Because you've got to experience the event ahead of time. That's part and parcel of the whole formula. So most people, when I ask them that question, what will the business look like in 12, 24, 36 months and beyond, will always give me this vague answer. And that's why most people will fail from the outset. So remember, your mind works cybernetically. Once it's given a clear target, it will zigzag its way towards that goal, around the obstacles, lock onto the target and bring it about. But you've got to provide it with a clear target. Does that make sense? Otherwise, they're like this ship setting out to sail with no definite port of call. And they're going to end up in treacherous waters, and that's unfortunately what happens to most people. Now, the second reason that most people, or many people I see certainly, fail in network marketing is they have no plan. And far too many people are undisciplined, they lack preparation, they lack focus. And it's really because they don't value planning. And therefore, they just keep repeating yesterday's mediocre performance, today, tomorrow. So you have to have a plan. You have to know what you want, where you're going, how you're going to get there, and what you're going to do when you arrive. And then once you're clear on all of that, you reverse engineer it until today. So you create a month-by-month plan, a sequencing, if you like. Then you know exactly what you need to do every single month till you get to your destination. Now, once you do that, you share your big picture vision and your plan of how to get there with your entire team. So that actually starts to infuse the way they think. So then everyone's on the same wavelength. Then they'll be able to spot opportunities for you and vice versa. And it's like a massive wave going forward. And this shared vision is one of the key secrets to success. Hello again. So I'm at the moment in the middle of a hike in the Hollywood Hills here. And wow, I mean, what an incredible place, what an incredible day. It's just completely magical. It's another one of those perfect days up here. The actual scenery, just thought I'd give you a sense of the view and the ambience and the quietness. If we go up here, you can see actually how close we are to the Hollywood sign. So mistake number 3 is struggling with the wrong people. You know, if you've got ordinary people in your team, you're going to have an ordinary business. And you've probably heard of the saying, it takes teamwork to make the dream work. Well, the bigger the dream, the more important the team. And unfortunately, average network marketers tend to take on board whoever they can get, right? And that's maybe understandable in the beginning, but even as they go on, they simply never learn the art of seeking out world-class people. And my challenge to you is to find those key people, to attract extraordinary players. Now, how exactly do you do that? Well, it's simplicity itself. You've got to actually even think about the type of person that you want to work with. Clearly articulate that in your mind, and bringing it into your consciousness is the first step. And then you seek out those people who are incredibly passionate and enthusiastic. And of course, you're going to know those people when you meet them, right? I mean, you know people who are depressed, you know someone who's of like mind and they're excited about everything. It's really all in the mindset. So what exactly do I mean by that? Well, I've often talked to people who will say, you know what, there's no positive people. I seem to attract the same negative people all the time. People who go into meltdown at the first sign of a challenge. And I describe them as the person who's wearing the negative glasses. In other words, they're looking at life through this negative lens, and therefore everywhere they go they're going to see the negative people with a limited mindset. Kind of like the depressed person who puts on the depressed glasses and then everything seems depressed to them, and they watch that movie over and over throughout the whole day, right? And then you could be at an event and the person sitting next to them has got on a totally different set of glasses, okay? They're wearing what I call the leadership glasses. So they look around for the right people, and listen to this, they have it in their mindset, in their consciousness, clearly articulated the type of person that they'd like to work with. They'd like to work with go-getters, movers and shakers, people who are not going to go into meltdown at the first sign of a challenge. They're going to persist, they're going to keep going, they're in it for the long haul. It's kind of like going into the showroom and you're looking for a new car, and suddenly you take a test drive, you see it and you say, that's my car, and you picked out your colour and everything, and then as soon as you leave the showroom you see the car everywhere, right, in that colour, and you say, wow, how is that? How did these all suddenly appear? I didn't see these before. And of course they were there all the time, but we just weren't looking for them. And I really find that is absolutely the case when you're looking to surround yourself with a team of leaders, which is what you need to do, quite frankly. Then you ask the right questions. For example, have they had any experience and success in a similar area before? In other words, have they got a track record? Have they had the experience of overcoming challenges and obstacles and showing persistence and perseverance and seeing something through right to the end. And I'd also suggest that you get away from people who don't support what you're trying to do. Avoid friends who criticize you and squash your dreams down. I mean, are these really your friends? Look, we all want to help everyone and make a massive difference to people, right? You want to give people the benefit of the doubt. But if you're in the business for a long time, then you know exactly what I'm talking about, right? Knowing what I'm telling you here will save you years of possible frustration, pain, suffering, heartache. The type of pain that comes with struggling around with the wrong people. So give yourself that gift. Really put on those leadership classes and seek out those like-minded people. I assure you that law of attraction will kick in and your life will never be the same again. Your business will never be the same again. It will really move on to an effortless phase, I assure you. So that's the first 3 mistakes that I see many network marketers making. I'm going to cover the remaining 4 mistakes and of course how to avoid making these in the next video. So stay tuned for video 2. You should be receiving that in the next few days. And in the meantime, I'd love you to answer this question in the comments area below this video. What is a top mistake that you've learned to avoid in the business? And what is your technique for avoiding it? And also, this is the place down here to ask any questions. So go ahead and post any comments below. Until the next time, I'm Dave O'Connor, and thanks for listening.